Redditors who don't want any children. Why? I can't even handle myself right now. Sometimes I really want kids. Sometimes I don't. Like one time this little girl came into the pizza shop I work in because she was bored. She was probably 6. She started telling me about how she loves math and is already doing the math third graders do, and that right there made me want to have kids. She was so nice. And then you have kids that come in and scream, I want pizza, WAAAA, gimme pizza. Your parent is getting you pizza, you dumb shitty. That's why you're in a pizza shop. I don't like children. Never have. Not like. I actively hate them. But like. Zero interest. Don't like being around them. Don't think they are cute. Expensive. Don't want to go through pregnancy. I like my life the way it is. I get very short-tempered if I don't get a certain amount of alone and quiet time each day. Pretty much incompatible with having kids. I believe every person brought into this world should be truly wanted, planned for, and welcomed. To bring children into this world because it's expected of you or the pregnancy just happened seems selfish and irresponsible to me. A child should be born to parents who truly have a burning desire to be a parent. Not someone who is meh or indifferent on the subject. I've never had that burning desire to be a parent, and I will not bring a child into the world I wasn't sure I wanted. If I regret never having children, I'm the only one hurt. If I regret having children, as many do, both I and the children who had no say in the matter get hurt. Because I truly believe that children should be loved and admired and taught how to be a wonderful and functioning member of society. I just don't have the energy or desire to put towards raising a child how I think all children should be raised. I also don't like being around children when they're under 8ish because I find them extremely annoying and pester why, and there's no reason for me to bring a child into the world I wouldn't like because it would be completely unfair to them. I think it's better to regret not having children than to regret having them. Entirely because I don't want to go through being pregnant and giving birth. I'm a genetic and medical disaster, and I'll be damned if I inflict that on my potential kids. I can't even take care of plants. I need sleep more than unconditional love. Children will give you neither of those things. I'm scared of effing up someone's life. To be honest, I'm selfish. I like my time and my freedom to go where I want. If I have kids, I feel like I'd lose all of that. I have a visceral fear of babies. Like, I'm not even trying to be sarcastic or make a joke. They freak me the hell out. I can't even walk through the diaper aisle without cringing at those glassy-eyed stares and switch fingers. I have no desire to propagate my species, and it makes me feel evolutionarily defective. Nothing about it appeals to me. I like sleep. I don't like them. I don't find them cute or endearing. I never know what to say to kids who don't have cool interests. I like sleeping. I like freedom. I don't want to have to baby-proof my house. I've seen how much having kids changes your life, and that's not for me. Plus, I don't want to give birth. I would rather adopt, but I doubt I'll ever want to. I'm about as maternal as a toothbrush. As soon as I thought critically about my life goals, I realized I didn't actually want them. I want to go to Canada, Japan, and Italy. I want to learn how to fly, and I want to have a video game room. I want to travel with my girlfriend and have a career. Kids just don't fit in with how I want my life to be. Children cost a lot of money, and time, and energy. Everyone with kids has an I love my kids but statement, and I don't know that I want to put that kind of mindset on myself or on my children. There are enough people in the world already, and TBH. I'd rather use my resources and my short time on this earth to better myself and the world around me, and I don't think it's necessary to have children to do so. I like having nice things. I work with kids, teaching and program outreach and such. At the end of the day, I get to hand them off to their parents again. That feeling of relief when they are no longer in my sight tells me I should not have children. Also, broken uterus. So that's fun. When you have a child you stop being you and start being mom dad. Your entire life now revolves around another person. I don't like the idea of that. Also, children are expensive little sociopathic factorias and I want no part of that. When you listen to nothing but a soundtrack of bratty kids throwing tantrums in a store for 8 hours a day, it makes you seriously reconsider having children. I already have rats. They are my real children. Adopt me. This world sucks. People are rude. People are scumbags. I don't even want to live on Earth myself. Why should I bring a child into a world I view as so negative? Why is the sky blue? Why doesn't Crisco taste like the cookies on the label? Why can't I pee in the front yard? Why? Why? Here's my answer to anyone who asks. I have no doubt that a kid could enhance my life. But there is also a chance that a kid could decrease my quality of life. At this stage, I'm very happy with my life and the risk isn't worth it. World's going to hell and robots are taking all the jobs. I just never have. I have never once felt the desire to have a child. I can hear people explain to me why they want or chose to have kids. And I can understand their reasoning and sympathize with them. But I can't feel it or empathize. Logically, now would be a great time. I'm happily married. We own a home. We both have stable jobs and make more money than we need to get by. Many of our friends and all of our siblings have kids. We love to hang out with them and their kids. But we are also pretty stoked when the kids leave and we can just hang out and do whatever we want. We just really like our lifestyle and have never seen parenting as a part of our lives. Edited to add that I also really love sleeping. I have never heard an argument for having kids that doesn't boil down to you'll understand once you have them. They are boring, noisy, messy and expensive. Even if you like your own kid they will bring you into contact with other kids who will probably be vile, not to mention their obnoxious parents. I can't see that my life would be anything other than miserable if I had a kid. Because everything about having children sounds absolutely terrible. Really, it should be the norm to ask people why they want to have kids. Not why they do not want them. I'm just indifferent about kids. I don't dislike them but I don't really like them either. It's not fair to me, my husband, and possible future child to have a kid just because of FOMO. Which is honestly the only, albeit terrible, reason I'd want to have one. I like how my life is and don't want to change it. There are enough unwanted kids in the world without me exercising my right to procreate. Just not necessary. It's kind of a blindly selfish thing that people do without thinking about the bigger picture. And most of them feel like it makes them and their offspring super special. Oh what? You had sex and made a baby? Whoa. Every animal does that. Get a sense of responsibility to the wider world and think about what you're actually doing. The usual reasons: free time, money, etc. But mostly, I hate feeling trapped in a job, in a relationship, in a city or country. My coping mechanism is always being able to say FCK it and go. Even if I choose not to. It's a choice. Most men I've known who lack that choice are in that position because of kids. Because I'm gay and I can't have them anyways. Also they're expensive and I'm lazy. My one fear is being alone when I grow old. But who knows what old age will be like when I'm 70 plus. I'm petrified to be pregnant. I don't like kids. And just the thought of changing diapers makes me want to barf. It's funny. Tell someone you don't want a tattoo, and the conversation goes nowhere. Tell someone you don't want kids, and you're in for an hour-long shebang. And all that despite the fact that tattoo aficionados and child aficionados describe their tattoos children using many of the same adjectives. My wife and I like to be able to do whatever we want, when we want. Don't have pets or kids. We can just go on vacation and don't have to make arrangements or anything like that. I like kids for a short period of time. My brother has plenty. I can hang with them for a couple hours and give them back. Close bracket. I go home after work and I can relax. Play video games. Listen to music and watch the things that I or my wife want. My weekends are usually free to do whatever I want. I really just like the freedom. I got a vasectomy when I was 23. I am 27 now. I think I would be a great dad. But I am currently an uncle and like being able to give the kid back. Also, I like being spontaneous and goofing around. I still have a lot of different responsibilities and I take care of them. Having a kid would add 100 times the amount of responsibility I have. And I am not ready for that. Ever. There's plenty of reasons like they require more time, energy and money than I have to give. But when it comes down to it, I just don't want them. I've never looked at a baby, or child, or one of my friends playing with their kids and thought I want that. Maybe my brain's busted. I just don't have that instinct. Some people insist we will eventually, which for your information is annoying as hell, but I'm 30 and my girlfriend's 29. We've been together 10 years and we still don't want kids. If it hasn't happened by now then it ain't gonna happen. There's enough kids in the world. I don't need to add to it. The not so nice world we live in at the moment isn't something I would want an innocent kid to grow up in. I'm depressed. My oldest brother is depressed. Both my parents are depressed. I wouldn't wish it on anyone including a child. I shut down mentally when I'm overwhelmed and kids are excellent at overwhelming people. Have yet to find a possible mate. Edit. I don't actually like children or enjoy being around them. And I think society is really intense and weird about children right now. 8-year-olds used to work in coal mines but you can be arrested if they walk alone to a park. Even though crime is generally down and the random crimes were always rare. Close bracket. But being a mom's supposed to come first in your identity and I don't want that. I want to be at the center of my own life. I don't think this is incompatible with being a good mother but it's incompatible with what we expect from mothers today. I have a phobia of pregnancy and childbirth. Besides that, children cost too much money. They're noisy and messy. And you lose your freedom and free time. Because I have terrible genes. I also have no interest in intimacy or relationships. I make a lot of enemies but I think living in the world we do right now it's selfish to have your own kids. There's so many kids in care right now and who don't have proper families so you'd rather just pop out a new one just because that way it looks like you. I'll adopt or I won't have one. And yes I'm well aware of how hard it is to adopt in some places. But someone's gotta do it. I don't like children and have no interest in raising one. My girlfriend has a phobia of pregnancy. And we both massively hate children. I would rather spend my time, money, energy rescuing dogs. Why would I want to have kids? I just think they are gross. They annoy me. They're expensive. I don't want to sacrifice the freedom I have without them. I know I would make a terrible mother. Have you met a baby? They're screaming, puking, shitting little balls of need. Biding their time until they can start walking and finding sharp objects to hurt themselves with. After a couple of drinks every parent I know starts ranting about how they wished they'd used a condom the day their kid was conceived. Kids are expensive and I want to spend my money on me. Forever. They take all your time, money, sleep and sanity. Crumple it up into a little ball. Wipe their little asses with it. Then clog the toilet with it so it overflows and gets TTY water all over the bathroom floor. That's why. I know this because I have to already. Bringing someone into this world just to suffer, work and die without their consent is evil. Also the world is overpopulated. They'd be vulnerable to 7-10 mental and physical diseases presuming I had them. They're gross AF and also I just don't want kids. I can't stand bratty. Dirty children. The only kids I have ever gotten along with behave like small adults. I hate when people come up to me to ask questions or touch my things. I have tocophobia and get parasite pregnancy mutant teratoma fetus nightmares. I don't want someone else's brain cells implanted in my brain to force me to think I like them. I don't want a man controlling my body and making me incubate something I'd hate. The sound of crying whining makes me want to smack them. I'm aware you shouldn't smack kids, but it fills me with absolute rage. Things that can't even poop in a reasonable place have no business in my life.